Hello there, Seraphim17 once again. This is the finale of my Quake Nightmare walkthrough. This is the final sequence in the game, the lair of Shub Nigurath. And I'm taking down some of the rotting fish as we go forward and grab some weapons and come up against the Scrag here having a crack at me. And this is going to be a big old gauntlet before we go through a teleporter and we telefrag the eldritch terror that started this whole thing. And it's really funny because if you get the original CD for this game, it came with a bunch of story. And the story is kind of absurd. It's like Operation Fight Back and all this other stuff. I was reading it on a wiki the other day and it was really funny. But it's like you go to try and make an initiative and then they attack us first and everyone's dead and we're the only person left and we go through this teleporter and we go and like, it's time to win one for the team and all this. It's cool, man. I like stories like that, just the absurdity of it. And speaking of the absurdity of it, the final boss is that creature just there. But it doesn't really do anything other than just existing and causing chaos with all these monsters that it summons. So what you're going to be doing is, this is a sequence of enemies spawning, and it's a bunch of shamblers, a bunch of Vors, and they take a pounding. When I first did this on normal, coming back to the game after the first time I played it, I didn't know how I was going to do this, because I kept running out of ammunition because I just wasn't playing correctly. And then when I came here on Nightmare, because I'd done all the DLCs on Nightmare up to that point, and I played the whole game, and I'd got a lot more savvy with how to play. I did this like on the 1 or 2 attempts, and it was actually kind of easy. And the only reason it was easy is, A, I'm playing very defensively. I'm not really being aggressive or using movement. I'm just kind of backing up and baiting them and hitting them as hard as I can. But it was easy because there's a part in the Dimension of the Past, I think it is, where they homage this level, and it's way worse. So if you can do that one, when you come back to this one, it feels quite casual as I get hit there by the Vor projectile. That was kind of dangerous. But in this room and the lead up to this room, they give you a ton of ammunition, and the ammunition is enough to do everything you need to do. I was under the impression I was going to have to run past these enemies and have to get really, really lucky, and it was going to be an absolute meat grinder of just repeatedly trying to bang my head against it. And then when I saw how much rocket I had, and how much thundergun I had, and how many like super nails and stuff, I knew I was probably going to be okay, as long as I made them count. And you'll notice at first I was using the double barrel as much as I could. I could have saved the double barrel for when they were closer, but there's lots of health, lots of ammo, and just do your best to make it work. You've come this far and there's not really too much to do. You can kill shamblers with the axe if you know what you're doing, it's just really dangerous. And if you're willing to save a lot, that danger can be mitigated. But you can get him into a loop of him swinging at you and you just hit him with the axe. I don't recommend it because it takes way too long. I think the axe should do a lot of damage. That's one of the only tweaks or changes I would make to Quake if I could. I feel like the axe, the stronger the enemy, the stronger the axe. It'd be really nice if it was kind of a, you know, it had something built into it like that. So the early guys on the first few levels, it's just how it works normally, you know, it's pretty weak, it's not recommended. But then if you go up against something real dangerous, it just kind of raises to the occasion and it helps you out. I think that would have been really interesting. I wouldn't want it to be super strong, so everybody just puts the axe on and cheeses the game, because, you know, that's not what you want. One of the cool things about Quake is that it's very aim dependent. If you've got good aim in this game, you'll survive more. So it wants you to practice, and I think that's really cool. This is a secret, by the way. And the trick here, guys, is if you wait for that weird thing floating around, when it goes through the boss's model, if you go through the teleporter, you will teleport into it and kill it. And that's the end of Quake, ladies and gentlemen, as we turn this dude into pizza. But just a huge thank you for watching if you made it this far. I look forward to seeing you in whatever the next project is on the channel. And most importantly, you take care now.